What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me here on Narcissism 101 Cracking the Code with me, Paul Wisdom. All right, so before we get into what I'm going to talk about today, if you want a one-on-one session, you can email me at paul.wisdom_03@hotmail.com, or you can send me a text message at 647-406-3057. If you want to book a one-on-one session, you can do so. If you want to call if you want to call on the talk on the phone, you can also call that number. Just let me know before you call that you want to talk about your narcissistic experience. I would be more than happy to give you advice tailored to your situation. I would be more than happy to help you out if it's an emergency, if it's something you just want to talk about, if you're just unsure, then I'd be more than happy to help you out. Okay, so those are the things that you can do. So what we are going to be talking about today, guys, is something interesting, and that is the title of this video is "You Do Not Need the Narcissist." Yes, this is a true fact, guys, and I want you to get this. You do not need the narcissist in your life any longer. I say this because the narcissist, when they first met you, they knew they were studying you, believe it or not. And I mentioned this in many of my videos. They were watching you. They were watching everything about you. They were watching your mannerisms. They were watching how you reacted to situations. They were watching how you reacted to their tactics. For example, if they were talking to you, they were watching how you spoke to them, the words that you used. Many times they would ask you questions and really probing questions about your past, and if and based on these answers that you gave, they would question you a lot more. They were trying to get as close as they could to you because they knew that all those things that you said. So, for example, let's say for example that you were somebody in the past who had who had an anger problem, who had anger management problems, right? You in the past, but you managed to resolve those issues later on in life. The narcissist took notes on this, and they said to themselves, "Huh, this one had anger issues. I wonder what will happen when I make them react, like when I do reactive abuse on them later on in the future. I want to see if they're going to get how they're going to get angry at me." So the narcissists, they were watching you and they were taking notes, mental notes on you and putting it at the back of their minds and their subconscious minds. And they were getting ready for the day when they were going to abuse you. And so the narcissists, they were always watching you all the time. Everything you did, everything you said, they were always watching you. But for the sakes of this video, we're talking about the fact that you don't need the narcissist, right? You never did need them. The truth is that the narcissist came after you. You didn't come after the narcissist. You were most likely going through something. You most likely were just a normal person, just living your everyday life. And then you thought that, the person that you met who you learned to be a narcissist, you learned, and you were thinking in your head that this person was just a normal person. They were just like you, or you guys would be a good match, right, for later on in life. But then you later found out that they were a narcissist and they were the direct opposite of you. You were everything good and the narcissist was everything not good, right? And so the narcissist knew that. They knew what they were going to do to you from day one. And mind you, all narcissists are all the same. They all play by the same playbook. They all do the same exact things. The only difference is that all narcissists, they're all in different, they're demons in human form essentially. And but they're just different demons in different people's bodies, right? So they come in all shapes and sizes, right? And in all different races. They speak all different languages and they do all different things. But when we talk about the fact that you never need them, it's true. You did never need them, right? You were just living your best life and they just came along and they just stole stuff from you. So that means you didn't really need them. You also don't need the narcissist because the narcissist, as you know, is a very toxic, a very evil person. They're of the devil. They're of a reprobate mind. And so why would you want to live your life with somebody knowing that they're of a reprobate mind, that they're destroying your life? Why would you want to deal with someone for the rest of your life like that? That means that there might just be something wrong with you, or you're just not strong enough to break free of the trauma bond that they place you in. Once they know that they have you, and once they know that they have you, this isn't a good thing, because once the narcissist knows they have you, this is when they start all the narcissist abusive tactics, manipulation, gaslighting, stonewalling, object constancy, intentional arguments, financial abuse, perhaps physical abuse if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, right? And they know they have you. It's for different reasons, and for every person that they encounter, it's going to be different. Maybe it's when you guys had a child, maybe it's when you graduated school, maybe it's when you moved in with them, maybe it's when you got married or you put a ring on their finger, maybe it's when you put them through school, maybe when you bought them a car, a very expensive car. That's when, or you just loaned them money. You just felt like you were being generous, you were being a nice person, and you just loaned them money. Back then you didn't know they were a narcissist again, but the narcissist knew that when you did one of those things, they're like, oh, this is amazing. And then they said, this is going to be so easy. And the narcissist knows that they've been doing this before they met you. They did it to many other people, but the truth is you just never knew about it. And the truth is you're never going to know about it, because the narcissist is not honest at all. They're liars, they're callous, they're of the devil, they're very deceiving. The narcissist is a deceiver, they're a liar, they're cunning. They do all these things and they know that they're doing it. And that's how the devil operates, right? The devil, Satan, that's how he operates, right? He knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows that he can't be like God. So he has to try and twist everything that God does to his benefit. Same with the narcissist, whomever the narcissist is, the he or she, they have to twist the narrative to their benefit so that they can get everything and anything that they want, right? And so, yeah, truthfully, you didn't need the narcissist, right? The narcissist needed you, because the narcissist feeds off of people. Think of a mosquito for a second. When a mosquito latches onto someone, they usually take a bite of the person, and then they go on to the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person. This is how narcissists are. Essentially, they're like mosquitoes. They bite people, and they get really close to them. They take what they need from them, and then they go on to the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person until they can't go anymore. Because the narcissist, just like how your relationship with the narcissist has a start date and an end date, the narcissist's life also has a start date and an end date. And I promise you guys this, and I'll tell you this right now, the narcissist's end date is right around the corner. See, the difference between me and you, we also have an end date too. We come into this world with nothing and we leave this world with nothing. We also have an end date too. We're all going to die one day. Yes, that's true. But what I'm talking about is that when we die, see, we chosen ones, right? We are just asleep. We're just sleeping for a time. And then we're going to rise up one day and we are going to make it to heaven. But see, the narcissist is going to meet their day where they're going to die and they will go to hell with Satan, because their father is Satan. Satan is a liar, and the narcissist knows this because this is what they know all their life. This, like I've said in many other videos and commentaries, and with other narcissistic abusive coaches who I've gotten in touch with, what I say is that the narcissist, this is their full-time job. Manipulating, gaslighting, this is their full-time job. And when you do something many times, when you practice it, you become a pro at it, right? It's almost like a sport, or playing an instrument, or doing something in school, learning how to write or something like that. Once you do it multiple times, you become good at it. You become a pro at it. So think about the narcissist for a second. When the narcissist is always doing that day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, night after night, day after day, when the narcissist is doing this all day long, they become pros at it. It becomes part of their life's work. And it's what they do every day. So just know that when you met the narcissist, and this is how I was able to move on so easily and able to just say, you know what it is because I came to the realization and the understanding that this is the narcissist, my ex-wife who left, who was a narcissist. I came to the realization that I wasn't the first person she'd done this to. She had done this to many, many, many other people, right? And now that I understand narcissism, and I explain it the way that I do, I've also come to the realization that she's also been married multiple times in the past. She told me that she wasn't, But I know for a fact that she was married multiple times in the past, because it's no it just wouldn't add up if somebody how somebody can just go from one marriage to another relationship to a, because you had to have done that before. Otherwise, if you hadn't done it before, it wouldn't be in your inside of you to do the same thing again. So what I'm saying is that you never needed the narcissist. You were strong enough without them. Your life was amazing before you met them. You didn't need them all along. The narcissist saw what they could take from you. And I mentioned this in many of my other videos, and I'm mentioning it again. The narcissist looks at what they can take from people. The narcissist doesn't just go after anybody. Now, I want to say though that anybody is susceptible to a narcissistic relationship. Anybody can get into a narcissistic relationship. What I'm suggesting and what I'm saying though is that narcissists don't just target anybody. They don't just go out, see a person on the street and just go after them. That's not how they are. Narcissists, they look at people and they see people as they see people as things that they can take from. They see people as toys that they can play with. They see people as things that they can feed off of. Like, think of a bee, for example. When a bee goes and goes in the plants, usually the bee they get the nectar and then they go to the hive, and that's how they make their honey. Same with the narcissist, in a sense. They go and then they steal and then they take it away from the person. So this is how narcissists operate. The narcissist came after you and they needed you because they needed you, but they didn't need you. They needed you in the sense that they needed what they could take from you. Whether that was a lot of money, maybe and with money, and I talked about this in my financial abuse video, the narcissist loves your money more than they love their money and money in general. That's why when you're in a relationship with them, they're always testing you, and they're always saying, and they're always asking you to pay for this, pay for that, pay for this, pay for that. And then before you know it, now you're the one who has debt, credit card debt, or just debt in general. And then next thing you know it, the narcissist you always find that they're always buying this, they're buying that. And then maybe you get a package in the mail or something like that. And then you look at the cost and you're just like, $2,000? This doesn't make any sense. The narcissist just said that they don't have the money and they were asking me for money. Well, the truth is that they took your money and they spent your money on that package that came to the house. They were taking their money and they were squirreling it and saving it away, either giving it to their parents, giving it to their family, giving it to the other supplies. Narcissists are not rich. I want to tell you guys this, because many commentators and coaches say this thing that, there's something called, there's different narcissists. There's narcissists that are poor. There's narcissists that have a lot of money. Narcissists, you have to know something, that narcissists, it may seem as though they have a lot of money, but they don't. The truth is that all that money that the narcissist has, they stole it from other sources of supply. That's not actually their money. Well, some of it is theirs. Some of them work, they have jobs, they get money. But what I'm saying is that majority, I would say 8 out of 10 of the money that the narcissist has, that is not their money. That money is money that they stole from other sources of supply, whether it was their family, whether it was their spouses, ex-spouses, their boyfriends or girlfriends. This is what the narcissist does, and this is what the narcissist knows. So you don't need any of that in your life. That's why we say when you find out that someone in your life is a narcissist, you need to go no contact. And I made a video on go no contact. And if you can't go no contact, block them, delete them, it's okay. That's fine. But you need to figure out, and you need to figure out how you're going to get away from them. The first step to getting away from them is distancing yourself from them. Now, I understand that people's circumstances are different. Some of you have kids with them. Some of you live under the same roof as them. You don't have the money to move out to another place. I get that. That's understandable. But what I'm saying is that you need to get in touch then with some people that you know, whether that's friends, whether that's colleagues, whether that's close people that you know that you can trust in. and you need to get in touch, and people who are far who aren't in contact with the narcissist, you need to get in touch with these people, and you need to talk to these people about an exit plan, whether it's staying with them for a week or a month or so until you get back on your feet, whether it's asking them to loan you some dollars so that you can move out and take care of all those things. And also, while you're at it, you need to make sure that you're, like I said, distancing by, not talking to them. If they're trying to talk to you and get a reaction out of you, then you just ignore them. You just give them one word answers like yes or no or or you just shake your head, and then you just be quiet, and the narcissist will know that you're catching on. So the other thing I would say with that, distancing yourself from them, what the narcissist is going to do most likely when you start distancing yourself, one thing the narcissist is going to do is they're going to know you caught on to them. They're going to start acting a little strange to you. They're going to start spreading, they're going to up it up a notch and start spreading the smear campaign even more. Now get this, the smear campaign was already happening from the beginning when they met you, but I'm just saying it's going to happen a lot more. They're going to go smear you to their family, to people you guys know together, people you don't know. They're just going to go around and start smearing your name. But take heart, you don't have to worry about any of that, because the truth is that that means that the narcissist is weak. They need to go to other people to get other people on their side to come after you. That means that you're a strong person, right? And so when the narcissist does this, I know that many people, they're hurt by it and they want to react. They want to defend themselves. Like I've said in one of my other videos, guys, when it comes down to the narcissist, when you find out someone's a narcissist, do not, and I mean do not, defend yourself. Don't bother defend yourself, because what you're going to do there is that you're going to tell you're basically telling the narcissist that they got to you. And narcissists love it when they know that they got to their victims, because now that means that they can abuse them more. And that also means to the narcissist inside their mind that you're going nowhere. And that's how the narcissist thinks, right? So the best way to get back at a narcissist is just silence. Silence is a superpower, and you can defeat the narcissist with silence, because when you're silent to the narcissist doesn't like not knowing what's happening. They always want to know what's happening. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what you're going to do next. They want to know what you're going to do now and then. They always want to be able to know about everything. So when you take that away from them, when they don't know, this is when they go crazy. This is when they start getting scared. This is when they start demanding things, and when they start trying to threaten you. When they do this, though, just ignore it. Just stand firm, because you know inside in your mind that you didn't do anything wrong. That's not your fault. That this is just how they are. Narcissists are all the same. All narcissists do exactly the same things. They're just different people. They're just different people in different bodies possessed by the same the same demonic spirit of Jezebel, right? It's the same thing, right, guys? So what I'm saying here is that you don't need the narcissist in your life. I promise you that. Once you cut them out, once you go no contact, once you leave them in the past, once you move on with your life, you don't have to worry about a thing. Even if that means you separating and divorcing them, I'd rather be separated and divorced than have to be under the same roof as somebody, to be under the same roof as someone who's abusing me. Now, understand this. When it comes down to separation and divorcing the narcissist, I might make a video on this, on how to do that. Many people, when they get separated, many people can't leave the narcissist right away. Many people are stuck under the same roof as the narcissist. They're separated, but they're living under the same roof, unfortunately, and I understand that. What you're gonna have to do, though, is that you're gonna have to maintain your boundaries. You're gonna have to continue to utilize the gray rock method, which means just don't react to their reactions. Don't say anything to them. Just be silent. Just say or just say yes, say no. Just be silent. Be in your own space. If you don't have space in your house, what I would recommend you do is you go outside of your house, take a walk. Go do things that excite you. Go to the movies, or go to an arena or something like that. Go out with your friends or something like that. Just be free to do whatever you want. And I can tell you this, guys, when you go and do those things, it's going to make the narcissist angry. It's going to make them very angry, because one other thing narcissists don't like They don't like when people are happy. They don't like seeing people enjoying their lives because narcissists are miserable people. They're very angry and jealous people because they know that they cannot enjoy their lives because they are just that, a narcissist, right? They're Satan, they're miserable, they're of the devil. They have to be jealous of what other people have. And when they don't have what other people have, they need to have it. And when they have it, they don't want it anymore. I hope that that made sense just now. So so go and enjoy yourself. And even if that means that you go enjoy yourself and then you come home to an empty house, that is a huge, and I mean that is a huge blessing. That is the biggest blessing you could ever ask for, because that means that the narcissist is done. And that means that they can't get to you. And that means that you're strong enough. That means that they need to go on to someone else who's not aware of their manipulation. That's another reason why, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos, and I'm reminding you guys again, this is the reason why narcissists move on most of the times when they discard people. It's not because, again, that you're a bad person or anything like that. It just means that they know that you know. And it means that now they need to go on to somebody else who does not know what you know, right? Because they don't want to be found out. And they know that if they are found out, that they cannot they can't elevate. They can't do better than you can do, because they're low vibrational people. They're low vibrational creatures. They're like the devil. They're in they're in the darkness. Right? You're in the light. You're a beautiful, bright, shining light. You're a beautiful person. And the narcissist knows this. And they try to take it from you, but they can't. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. That's what I wanted to say on the video, that you don't need the narcissist for these many reasons I mentioned. If you like this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. If you could like the video, if you could put a comment down below if you understand this. If you want, like I said, if you want a one-on-one session, you can email me at paul.wisdom_03@hotmail.com. Or what you can do is you can send a text at 647-406-3057. If you want to call on the phone, just call that number. But before you do, just send a text and just let me know that you want to talk about your narcissistic experience, or that it's an emergency and you need someone to talk to. You need some help. I'd be more than happy to give you guys some help. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I hope that this video helped you out, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you.